Thank you, sir. So what we've got today are some new characters. We've got 4 different senseis and 2 different villains. And so some you've seen, some are brand new. We've got Kingpin. We've got Ember, who we're showing off for the first time here. She's a Sentinel sensei. We've got Ambush, who's a Life Knight. We've got Tri-Tip, who is the Earth Smasher. And then from the villain side, we've got the Sorcerer Golden Queen. And we've got Wolfgang, who is now a bow slinger, who uses a musical bow and arrow. And then we have Life, Undead, and Fire creation crystals. So I recommend starting by creating a character. So you have a preferred element?
Undead, for sure.
Let's do it. So notice he's got a heartbeat when you place it on the portal. It's really fun. And so we have...
to the Creation
I'll let
Crystal
Eon
Portal
talk.
Master. Here you can create your very own Imaginator.
Alright, so we have 10 different battle classes to choose from.
Okay.
And so you saw Smasher, Knight, Ninja. So at E3 this year, what we're showing off and allowing you to create are Knight, Bow Slinger, or Brawler.
Sweet.
So do you have a preference?
Let's go with Knight, actually.
Sweet.
A new night is born. Now,
that's
bring
cool.
your imagination to life.
And so we've got it separated by body, gear, color, powers, personality. The Imaginite Vault is where you'll go to open unopened treasure chests, and then Manage you can ignore because it's my E3 debuggy stuff. And so in body, there's parts, size, and aura. In parts, we can start with the head. So you can take a look here. We've got a bunch of different stuff already unlocked.
You got some really awesome heads.
Yeah. And so we want to make sure that we're hitting, all the different facets of a good Skylander. Funny, spooky, heroic, adventurous, that sort of thing. And that at any point during all of this, you can back out, you can randomize what you want for that part, or say an entire character if you wanted to. And so I can hop in and just to get you going, kind of randomize different pieces, which you'll see start coming in.
That's pretty cool.
And so it's a way for us to quickly get in there, or change the whole character. So that way, if you wanted to, focus on just say the head to find the character, and then you want to go in and fine tune some other stuff, you can. So if you want to start from there,
Sweet. All
let's
right.
do that.
Ready?
Let's see what we got.
Hey
Oh,
there.
I know. I gotta make Flynn.
Cool.
You know what? No. Let's
Alright.
get some imagination going.
There you go. I want to see it. I want to see it.
The king is here.
So he's got goggles on.
Okay, so
Yeah.
eyes don't matter.
Yeah. Ears will go really nicely on the helmet. You'll see.
Oh, that
Fit
looks
for a
nice.
Yeah. Chest looking good.
Oh yeah.
Undead. We
Very good.
gotta stick with the
Yeah. So my favorite here are those. Go left. The
these.
snake arms. He's actually got snake hands for arms, which you can see. You can actually use the right stick to rotate your character. My favorite is it's biting the sword. Tell me that's not the greatest arm.
You just convinced me to use
Yeah.
these. That is
they're,
awesome.
they're amazing.
How can you not choose those arms?
They're so good.
I think I'm gonna stick with the legs. Those are perfect.
They're looking nice. And then tails are optional. But I tend to like the tails. Alright, so hit back. And then you can go into size. And so now you can change the height, you can change the scale, you can give a really big head, make it really tiny, do whatever you want. Looking pretty buff, but now you're yeah.
Well, yeah.
I like the counteracting of having actually like big body but really skinny
Yeah.
arms. That was pretty good.
I don't know. I feel like these snakes eat a little too much.
There you go.
Let's scale them down.
Make them all gangly.
Oh, tail width. I'm like, what's happening? Oh, perfect. That looks wacky.
Looks nice. And then aura is an added level of visual effects to your character. So you can make him look like he's got ghosts. You can make him look like he hasn't showered in a month. He's got different elemental effects around him.
I think we're gonna go with the
Stink.
stinky
Yeah.
effect.
Stinky's just too good.
Uh,
And so then go in gear.
gear.
And so gear, we've got all these different parts like weapon, headgear, all these armor sets. And whereas the body parts and the color and the aura and all that stuff is purely aesthetic, the gear has stats tied to it.
Oh, okay.
So if you hop into the weapons, you can see we've already unlocked a couple of different swords, and you'll see in the corner it says +7 attack, +5, +20, and you'll see the math showing up on how much it's adding to your stats.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And so we wanted to make it where, there's a level of depth and detail in the gear system to figure out, do you want to play a certain way, really strong hitter or maybe a fast character. But we also wanted to make it so that the created character, the appearance that you chose with the body parts, don't have any sway over the stats because we didn't want there to be one perfect Skylander that everyone was making.
Gotcha.
Right
That's pretty smart, actually.
Yeah, because it's all about creation and really finding what you want your character to look like. And if we kind of defined what everyone's character looked like, it would be odd.
Oh, that's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, because this adds to, like, the Skylander look.
Mhm.
You can't be a Skylander without gear.
Yeah. I like the chompy shoulder blades. Did you see those on the left
Oh, those
there?
are pretty cool.
Yeah. There's a whole, armor set tied to things that look like chompies, which is pretty fun.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, and you can see we've got things that are more traditionally heroic, but then we've got stuff that's really funny, like
I have not laid
the
eyes
fish
on
and the
this
fish
before.
hook or the pizza. The half-eaten pizza.
I mean, Skylanders, they gotta eat.
That's right. Feed the snakes. And then the leg guard, you can see we have a silly one with the candy.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, you guys are going to town with
Yeah.
these creations.
Hundreds and hundreds of items.
I'm loving it.
My curiosity is piqued.
Is
The
it?
backpack goes on the back, and it can be, you see wings, we've got a piece of candy, an acorn, all sorts of things to really add to that decorative look of your character.
Wow.
And so from there you can go into color.
Color.
And so you'll notice that as you're creating the character, it had all its parts kind of felt good together, right?
Yeah.
They felt cohesive. If you slide the slider all the way to the left, you'll see what it looks like if we didn't do that.
Oh.
These are all the original part colors. And so what we wanted to do was assign kind of these themes so that way, if you don't have the time to go in and manually choose the parts, right out of the gate, your character that you're creating will feel cohesive and like an actual character. And so this is, where you can go in, and if you press X, you can go in further and change the theme. So press X on any of these colors, and you can change the overarching theme. So you're
Oh.
creating your own custom theme.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Nice loincloth.
Pretty good.
And let's just give it one more hint of pink.
There you
And
go.
we're good.
Nice. And so if you wanted to do, that's the overall theme, there's also the advanced theme, and that's where you would go to change, you can see individual parts.
Oh, so if you want to like change the chest to be the original
Exactly.
chest. Okay.
Yep. And so then powers is where you're going to go to choose the attacks. And so weapon power is tied to what battle class you chose. So they're all knight attacks, but if you go, it determines kind of your starting primary combo. And so press X on it. And we've got paladin versus slasher. And so one is more kind of the wide swings, and then the slasher is more kind of vertical and the pokes, kind of like a fencer almost. And so you can choose from there. Press back now. And so your secondary attack is tied to the element. And so you have two different elemental attacks to start from. Either the tombstone timber, where you'll cause a giant tombstone to fall on enemies, or the laughing skull, which will explode into ghosts.
I like
And then
that
there's
one.
two other ones that you can earn by leveling up your character and unlocking them.
Okay. That's cool.
And then same with the secret techniques and the soul gems. There are additional moves that you can find and earn throughout the adventure by playing with your character.
And
And
then
so
the
the
gem you
soul gem you'd find in the level, yeah. And then personality. This is my favorite. You can go into voice.
Oh, this is where you make it.
I
Yeah.
will avenge the don't,
I like the undead.
Yeah.
Don't mess. You. I'm crazy for.
Right there.
I'm crazy.
That's perfect.
And then your own theme song tied to your character. Sound theme. Go for it. and then skip through those, and you'll go right into playing. He's magnificent.
You can make further changes to your Imaginator anytime you wish.
And so you just heard Ian say it. If you ever want to change anything on your character, just press that center touchpad, and you'll hop back in.
Oh, and you go right in.
Yeah, and so press it again, and you hop back out. And so want to make it quick, very seamless, the ability to hop in and hop out of creating, because you're going to be getting new pieces of gear, parts, added things to, add to that character creation menu as you play through the game. Oh, and I heard your funk music playing.
Oh, man, this is
Let's see what you get. This is random. So you got a rare piece of Imaginite, which is great. Looks like we've got a new brawler weapon.
okay.
Yeah, so if you want to create a brawler, you can go ahead and use those. And so you're going to be finding things that you can equip for your current character, or potentially some items or weapons that only work on certain classes.
So, say you buy an Imaginite crystal and you already choose a class. Can you change the class once you do it after you made it, or do you have to totally reset it?
So right now we're thinking about having the class be the part that kind of stays with the crystal.
Okay.
But you can go in and choose, your appearance, your abilities, your gear, all of that stuff, at any point in time.
Yeah, I like that because it actually stays true to